everyone, Stephanie here, coffee drinker, book lover, and reviewer of many things, and today I am going to be reviewing one of the books on our 2023 reading challenge. I'm pointing to the wall where the challenge is, like you can see it. But first, check out this shirt. Oh, I'm stuck, hold on. Yeah. I think it's pretty. Okay. So I am going to be reviewing, move this closer, the Runlords. Oh, Some of All Men is the book series. Yeah. I didn't know this was a book series until I finished the book and I was like, then I went looking. There are 8 books. 8 books. I don't have time to listen to 8 books. I got 8 more books on the list to read, which is probably not going to get finished. And if it does, I won't be able to record videos for it. We'll talk about that later. Okay. Calm down. Some of All Men. And the first book is called Runlords. I think that's how it's supposed to be. Or maybe it's Runlords, Some of All Men. Anyway, it's by David Farland. And I listened to this book. It was 21 hours and 56 minutes. And at first, when I read this synopsis of the book, the whatever you're calling it, I was like, what if I don't like this one? It's so long. But I need to know what happens. It's over. I finished it. And it just, there's more. There's more to the story, and I'm just a little upset that I don't have time to read it right now or listen to it right now. Anyway, I'm going to read you the little synopsis now, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about it. Okay. David Farland's acclaimed Runelords series, that's right, Runelords, introduces the world where the social structure is based upon the magical exchange of endowments, such as stamina, grace, and wit. The Runelords are those who receive these endowments from their vassals, becoming superhuman in exchange for the responsibility of caring for those they have deprived of strength or beauty or sight. Young Prince Gaborn of Mystarria, I think is how you say it, is traveling in disguise on a journey to ask for the hand of the lovely Princess Iome. Lomi. I think they said Iome, but it looks like Lomi, of Sylvarresta. Armed with his gift of strength and perception, the prince and his bodyguard stop at a local tavern where they spot a pair of assassins who have their sights set on Princess Iome's father. As they raced to warn the whoever wrote this is not how this happened. Anyway, as they race to warn the king, they realize that more than the royal family is at risk. The very fate of the earth is in jeopardy. Okay. So obviously whoever wrote this did not read the book or did not understand the book. Because Gaborn and his bodyguard were not together when Gaborn figured out that there was assassins in town. I'm trying to, this is not the spoiler, this is the review. Anyway, so how do I tell you this? Okay. Gaborn was there walking through town, and he did have his bodyguard and his oh my gosh, I can't remember what it's called, but like they normally they don't talk. They just write down everything you do. Days, something like that. Anyway, and so Gaborn is he's trying to play like a certain role, and he's like not trying to be the prince, and he's trying to look just like some random lord that's just walking around town, like not like a high up lord, just like someone who could possibly come visit every once in a while. And maybe he escaped his father. His father is also a king, by the way. Of his, obviously he's a prince. And his father is actually gathering up his people to come to Sylvarresta's castle because they're getting to the time of year where they go on like the hunt, where they hunt for boars or whatever animal is out at that time. And so he's on his way, but Gaborn is there just perusing, and a girl comes up and tries to seduce him, and he's like he misses it at first, and then he's like, and you hear his thoughts, and he's like, oh, well, this person, okay. Well, he's like, but they get to talking, and he's like, do you think the princess will say yes to my proposal? Because like she realizes who he is, and she's like, I'm so sorry. Like she freaked out on him. It's really funny. And she's like, no. I think she's gonna say no. And there's more to that part. Okay, you're gonna have to read it to understand the whole thing. But he ends up sending his bodyguard with her back to her home. And you'll find out why in my spoiler. It's so cute. And so he's alone with his person that's copying, like writing down everything that he's doing. And he goes to a tavern and he orders, some dinner. Because he promised his bodyguard, I'm just gonna go get dinner and then I'll go back to the room and bar the door. He's very like, I'm not a child and I know how to use a sword, okay? And and so he's drinking with his person, and he's like, in his mind he's like, they don't normally drink this much, but he's like, his like second cup, and he's like, and so he asks that person a question and they actually answer, and then he's like, you answered me. And so they have a nice little talk, and while they're talking, Gaborn is looking around and he sees the assassins. And there's more than two, by the way. There's like there are assassins already in the in this building when two more walk in. And then he's like, after he realizes that they aren't there for him, he jumps on his speedy horse, and he goes and finds his bodyguard to tell him what he found, and then they see something, then they split up. Okay? They split up. And the bodyguard went to go get his father, and Gaborn went to tell King Sylvarresta. That's all I'm going to tell you about the book. They go on. I'm going to tell you vaguely that Prince Gaborn will do anything for his princess. Okay? And he wants to save people. He's noble. And the earth agrees with him or has chosen him. You'll have to read to understand more. This book has wizards, it has giants, it has herbalists, it has fire people. I don't know what they're called, I can't remember. It has these weird dog people things that can smell you out. And it was very interesting. Like, there were parts that I was like, we're walking through the woods. Ooh. But for the most part, it was a really interesting story, and I just wanted to keep reading. And I think you should give this book a try. Whether you're listening to it or you get it in book form, I think I would prefer to listen to it, actually, because it was so long. But, yeah. And now I'm gonna stop talking before I spoil the book, and I'm going to go and make my spoiler video so that I can go blah, 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 because I've already started my next book. And, should be done with it soon. I mean, I'm listening to Gunslinger. I've never listened to it before, so it's really kind of like throwing me off. So I will see you on my next video. Bye!